Okay, so I just got back from taking my kid to the science museum with his entire kindergarten class, and holy shit, wow, my God, do kids have energy? So that was an experience and just a total mess. I mean, I was assigned like three kids in addition to my kid, and I'm exhausted. So while I was there, I was thinking about like certain things, and I have more calls and meetings set up for today and tomorrow, and I was thinking about workflows and how do I optimize them and make them a little bit better, so what I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to replicate the activities of world-class operators, whether they're brand reps or specifically for bars and restaurants, to get people excited about what people are doing. And so there's two parts to this. There's nurturing and then there's workflows. And so let's talk about nurturing today, just because I saw a bunch of emails come out from me and text messages that came out from me to all my meetings. And my workflows are about nurturing. And so I'm trying to nurture people into the thing that I want them to do, which is to show up to the meeting. And so just an example of an appointment nurture is that like I have like sales calls booked with people for my software systems and my strategy systems, and I want to, I want them to show up. So what I'm doing is I'm saying whenever somebody texts me or I text them saying, okay, cool, well, how about tomorrow at 2? They say, yes, okay. I say, great, I'll send you a confirmation. And so I send them a confirmation. I automatically send them a calendar invite. That they are automatically, that the contact is automatically booked for, and it gets confirmed in their calendar, in my calendar, and then sends both of us an email saying your appointment is confirmed with Jason, and we're excited to meet you. Here's the location of the appointment, and here's a button to reschedule or cancel. And so like what that does is it gives the contact the option of canceling the appointment or not. And so this is what world-class reps do, is they say, cool, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I'm on my way. I'll see you in an hour. And if the contact is disorganized, or if they're busy, they had a death in the family, they're hungover, they're tired, they're whatever, and they don't want to show up to the meeting, they can always just reschedule, and they can hit the reschedule button on any one of the emails or text messages that I send them, and then it'll give them my calendar with that has my updated conflicts, so that it only shows them the times that I'm actually available, and it checks multiple different calendars with multiple different services. So it checks my Gmail, checks my Outlook, and it makes sure that everything's in there. So when my kid's T-ball game is on there, or my kid's T-ball practice, or whatever it is, it will not make that time allowable to be booked. And so I've got multiple different calendars that have different levels of booking. So whether it's like a 15-minute chat, like a support chat, or if it's like an hour discovery call, or if it's like a strategy session, or if it's like an onboarding session, like each of those is different calendars with different availabilities based on my creative time or my work time. Et cetera, et cetera. And so anyway, so they get it. So the contact gets a confirmation saying, okay, they say, all right, I'm not into this anymore. I don't want to do it. They hit cancel. And then what we'll do is like based on that cancellation is I'll be like, hey, cool. Was there something else that you were looking for? Maybe we didn't understand each other and maybe we should try again. Or if they reschedule, sends them a new calendar, says, okay, book the next time that's available. And now if they don't book, and then it nurtures them and says, okay, cool. I just want to make sure that you wanted to book an appointment. Here's my calendar link again. I look forward to meeting with you. And it'll do that again and again and again, like with spaced repetition until that person books an invite or books a meeting. And this is just remarkably powerful because a lot of times those meetings, they either fall through the cracks or they just don't get done. And so what ends up happening is that, or the contact will forget. So this happens all the time in the liquor business where a rep will show up to a bar and say, hey, okay, cool, what are your office hours? Okay, cool, I'll see you too. And what happens is that meeting isn't confirmed, or that person just immediately switches into the next urgent task, and they forget about the meeting almost immediately. And then they show up surprised, or they're not ready, or they're not there. And so this is what we mean by nurturing. So you have to nurture people into appointments. This also works for events, by the way. And so what we did was we built out systems for not only for brand reps that nurture people into these appointments, but also for the accounts, so that they can say, these are my office hours. But we also, before we allow them to book, before we allow our suppliers to book, we say, this is the stuff that we buy. I call it a buyer dossier. So these are the kind of things that we buy at this establishment. This is our price point. These are our economics. And these are the kind of products that we're looking for. So if you don't have anything like that, we are not going to be interested. So don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. We're not your account. Or we are your account. And so if you are qualified, if you are into this, then you are going to be, we will present you our calendar of when our office hours are, and you can book a 10 or 15 minute slot based on your availability and my availability. That way it's all civilized. It's okay. Like the account doesn't have to switch back and forth. They're like, okay, these are the 3 hours a week that I actually take supplier meetings, that I take new business meetings. And it's all very organized and civilized. So I don't know why more people don't do this. Maybe it's because they just haven't seen this kind of technology, but I'm building this out specifically for bars and restaurants because I think it's extremely valuable. So that's an example of how we use workflows to nurture people into taking action. Also, another thing that happens is when you organize all your suppliers like that, you can send out text and email blast to everybody saying, hey, listen, like we are in the market for XYZ, or this is the kind of thing that we're looking for, or we're looking for people to sponsor our events. This is the events that we're having, and we'd love to have a partner with these events. So a lot of this stuff is like kind of, it's so strange. It's like a lot of these contacts and a lot of these relationships, they depart with the person that's the buyer for that establishment, which is strange. When those contacts and those relationships should stay with the account and with the person that's moving on. So it's just a way to organize how your relationships, and we're doing something very, very similar for the entire career lifespan of individual bartenders, servers, chefs, cooks, etc., for their time at an account. We call this this product the culture, the KMS culture. So we're like nudging people. So it's a workflow that lasts several years. That says it's time. It's been 3 months since this person was hired. It's been 3 days since this person was hired. Here's what you need to do. We give them a learning management system and do this whole thing. We're building that out right now. It's just so exciting because there are culture management and HR pieces of software, but none of them are as integrated with the other systems as this is. So, just for example, we call it it's an IVR system, which is called interactive voice response, where somebody calls you and they say, press 1 for events, press 2 for customer service, press 3 for catering, press 4 to join our team. And so like, that's obviously not a big channel, but like what you want to do is like when you're advertising on Craigslist, you send everybody that you want to work with you into your form. And so when people that want to work with you, they fill out your form, they upload their resume, and then you can approve or deny. This is all workflow. And then so what we do is we nurture them over time. So workflows and nurture are something that typically doesn't get done, but can be automated. And it may seem a little impersonal, and it kind of is. But people like that kind of consistency, like when they get a confirmation that they've done something, or they get when they if an application stalls or something like that, and they get a notification that they're no longer in consideration. That's really valuable, and that's really good stuff, and it's very rarely ever integrated with your entire marketing stack, and you have a single tech stack that does learning management, nurtures, workflows, qualifications, surveys, forms.